Guys, another video. Today we're going to be doing installation of the Forge Motorsport large turbo inlet for the 2020 and 2019 Veloster N. Let's get to it. First, you're going to want to remove your existing intake. So let me explain a few things. This turbo inlet will not work for the stock airbox. If you have the stock airbox on the Veloster N 2019 or 2020, it will not work. You do need an aftermarket intake. It also has to be a 4-inch tube, 4-inch inlet the whole way. So 4-inch here, and it has to be a 4-inch on the other side. So not 3.5, not 4.5, not 5, 4 inches. If it's not 4 inches, it will not fit. Also, this is only designed for tuned vehicles. If you put this on your car and it has the stock setup, you're really not going to get any benefits. The car is probably going to run a little bit too lean, so I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, you can do it. It might give you some more sound, but you're honestly not going to get any performance benefits. You might actually get worse performance if you install it without the tune. So with that said, let's get to it. So for this intake, it's pretty simple to undo it. We're going to have just the main bypass hose here that goes down to the blow-off valve, or bypass valve if you have that. And then we're going to have these two hoses here. And then this one actually has a motor mount where the valve cover goes on. So I believe that's a 10mm. Take that off. Take these two hoses off, this hose, and then the two clamps back there. So I'm going to take this off and then catch you guys up. All right, guys, we did remove the Forge, the standard intake system here. Just want to show you the inlet side. It's on the turbo side compared to the larger one. So this one's about the same size, but it's going to be right next to the turbo instead of halfway down the intake pipe, so it should be much better for airflow. So here it is. It's pretty simple. It's going to be 3 10mm bolts. It's going to be one on the top. I already loosened this one a little bit. One down right where my finger is, and then one on the back side. So easiest way to get to these is going to be a ratchet with like an extension, or if you have a small T-handle with a 10mm on it, you can do that as well. So I'm going to remove those 3 and then I'll update you guys. All right, guys, we finally got that turbo elbow off of there. It's not too hard, but it wasn't super easy either. Again, it's those 3 bolts plus one more like little harness, cable harness bolt, which you can just kind of leave hanging down here. It's this little cable. They just kind of put it on this harness for whatever reason, just to kind of hold it more secure, but it just kind of dangles there, but it's fine. It's not hurting anything or touching anything. So we got that. I don't know if you guys can see it. There is the turbo charger. I'll show that to you guys. Here we have our factory turbo inlet, much smaller than the aftermarket, as you guys can see. Gonna take in a lot more air with the Forge compared to the stock. Here's the flange here. It's going to attach to the aftermarket, and then obviously you're gonna need the gasket. Make sure you reuse this gasket off the stock one. Forge does not include a gasket, so you are gonna need to use the stock one here. Make sure it's lined up correctly. Obviously, we're gonna go ahead and bolt up just the flange first, and then I'll show you guys what that looks like. All right, guys, we've got the flange thing installed, whatever you want to call this thing, flange, adapter, whatever. It is finally on. Unfortunately, I did have a little mistake. I did drop one of the bolts while I was installing it. Silly me, stuff happens. Took a while to finally find out where the bolt was, but we got it, lifted the car up, got the bolt, got it on, got it installed, tight, ready to go. Now we're gonna install the hoses, we're gonna tighten everything down, and then I'm gonna show you guys the finished product. All right, guys, we're finally finished up here. Turbo inlet is on, intake is back on, everything is tightened and clamps are good. It's looking pretty nice back there. Pretty happy I went with the blue. I think it looks good in this engine bay. I'm gonna have a video soon giving you guys like first impressions, how it drives, stuff like that, so stay tuned for that. So the tune should be running really good now with the turbo inlet. So now we should be getting the full boost that we deserve, the full boost that we want. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.